Hi butterflies, welcome to my garden. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And now let's get into the video. Hello everyone. So in case you've noticed, I'm a little bit darker with my look today. Only because I feel like I want to talk about something that's a little bit more serious, and so I wanted my look to be a bit more reflective of a darker tone or a darker theme that I'm taking on today. By the way, if you're new, hi, I'm Calypso, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. So let's just get into it, because I want to talk about handling rejection. Just rejection, handling it, dealing with it, and just coping, because it's something that's part of our everyday lives in one way or another, especially as a trans woman. I feel like I want to make this channel a little bit more trans friendly and trans centered, and issues that have to deal with people that fall into the trans identity. So yeah, rejection. So it could be a job rejection, it could be rejection from dating, whether it's a man or a woman, whatever you prefer. So and I am just going to include a few of my own personal experiences just to give an idea of where I'm coming from, or how I look at rejection now versus then, you know. So first of all, I work in the beauty industry, service industry, beauty industry. I don't want to go into specifics, but prior to what I do now, I used to work as a makeup artist, and I used to work as a in retail. So I did experience a bit of rejection where I got overlooked a lot of times because of my race or because of my appearance, physical appearance. So sometimes a little bit, the more conservative customers or clients would feel a little bit more uncomfortable with me, if you know what I'm saying. And they would much rather go along with somebody that looks like them, or somebody that represents something that they can understand. So therefore I felt rejection, and for a moment in time it did affect me. But also in business, you have to learn not to always take it personally, because people like who they like, and sometimes it takes too much effort to get into the psychology of why people prefer a certain thing over another. But it is what it is, and sometimes you just have to throw your hands and surrender and be like, okay, that's fine, this person is not comfortable with me, and it is what it is. Now, also part of work as well is a lot of times I got overlooked as well by my employers for promotions or for bonuses, or just for that professional push to a different level, you know. And I find sometimes I did try to go above and beyond to try to prove myself, but it just wasn't working. And that was when I started to develop a different mindset, like, okay, if they don't really see my worth or my value, or they don't think that I am eligible for that promotion or for that bonus or for that extra push or that extra marketing, like, oh, this hairdresser can do this, and this person, give this person a chance to do your hair, or give this person a chance to do your makeup, like they know what they're doing, then I just have to just keep being me and just keep doing my thing, and still maintain a sense of dignity and a sense of professionalism, you know. So that's what I do. I still abide by that. And also, there's something I was watching recently on TEDx Talks, and I can't remember the name of the speaker, but he's a black guy, and he was talking about handling rejection and when people hurt you, and it really struck a nerve, because he did say something, and I'm gonna quote because I took down notes. He said that there was one study from the Oxford Handbook of Social Exclusion states that rejection can be the cause and consequence of depression. And that hit me, because rejection is that black hole. It's that black hole that almost every human experiences at least once in their lifetime. And for most people, they're able to come out on the other side, and they're able to function and find a way to move on and deal. And there are some people who really struggle with it constantly. I personally have dealt with it here and there more than once, that's for sure. But I also think that a lot of it has stemmed from rejection, because it starts from a very early age. Sometimes you realize that the kids on the playground don't want to play with you, and then you feel left out, you feel isolated, and it could really affect you as a kid. And then when you grow up and you mature and you go through different stages of life, whether it's education, in your primary education, secondary or high school education, and then you start to come into your own personal identity, and it's very different and it doesn't necessarily align with everybody else's identity. So therefore they try to pick you apart, because high school kids, they can be really mean. And there's a lot of us that are still dealing with PTSD from high school. I know for a fact that I still deal with some PTSD from childhood, specifically high school, because that was when I really started to see human nature. And I was majorly at the brunt of a lot of negative treatment from my peers, So there's still a lot of PTSD. So when you go through that and then you experience things like that, and then you then mature into adulthood, and then you start going out into the world and trying to have a career, and then you still get rejected, it can affect you, So, but I've also learned that rejection can also be God's protection or the universe protecting you, whatever you believe in. Some people believe in God, some people believe in energy and the universe. So let's just say the universe, to be more specific, because that could be representative of a higher power. So it could just be the universe protecting you from something that's not necessarily meant for you. Whether it could be a job, it could be a job opportunity that's not necessarily for you, So you could just think about it like, okay, so rather than having this mindset of, why is this happening to me? Or maybe you could develop the mindset of, what is the universe trying to tell me? Or what can I learn from this? What can I learn from this? And also, if you can help certain things, like when it comes to job interviews, it does help to put on a good presentation. Now, presentation is different from coming as a representative, because eventually when you come with a representative, it's often a facade that fades away with time, and then the real person comes through. So it's good to have a pleasant presentation, because as human beings, we will always respond to visual. We're visual. So that's also points to keep in mind as well. Transgender individual, most of us experience a lot of rejection, especially when it comes to job opportunities, because there's still a lot of people in different parts of the world that are closed-minded when it comes to trans identity or trans individuals in general. There's still a lot of explaining and there's still a lot of understanding that needs to happen. So therefore, I think it's okay to brace yourself, but it's also okay to try to be a little bit more, and I hate to say this, but as a trans person, let's say you're going into corporate environment, try to do a background research on the company. Read those reviews, read those Yelp reviews, because it helps you to give you an understanding of what you're about to walk into. So also keep that in mind, because that could also help you have your mental preparation. Like, okay, I'm just gonna go in and try to look the part. If you're a trans masculine man, it helps to maybe have like a nice suit or something. This is in reference to corporate, by the way. So a nice suit, a good haircut, a clean shave, whatever the case may be, and try to look the part, and then have your talking points as well. It's okay to ask questions. I learned also that there's no such thing as a stupid question. It's just how people respond to it. And if someone feels like the question is stupid, that says more about them not you. Because people only meet you at their level. So if someone is a tolerating person, if someone is open-minded and intelligent emotionally and mentally, they would not see a question as a stupid question. So always have your talking points as well. That helps. And if you're a trans feminine identifying person like myself, I try to look the part. I try to make sure my hair is done, my makeup's done, and I have a nice little outfit. Doesn't mean little, literally, just a nice presentable outfit, and I smell good. You know, get your nails done. Doesn't have to be painted or anything. At the moment I have no polish on, but my nails are done and they're neat, and I just try to have my talking points and be presentable and have something to say and always have an answer for every question. It doesn't necessarily have to be something unless it's something derogatory, then that's a whole different conversation, you know. And again, it says more about the person than it does you. Just because I'm trans does not give you the right to disrespect me, does not give you the right to talk down to me, and there's a way of getting your point across without being vulgar. So this is sounding real preachy, but it does help to know these things and to keep it in the back of your mind, because like I said, for the most part, society still has a lot of catching up to do in regards to trans issues. So knowing this and having this in the back of your mind also helps, because it's, for me, I use intelligence and being smart as a defense mechanism. So I lead with my intelligence, I lead with being smart, I lead with my personality and the fact that I can talk to anyone and have conversations with anyone. I prefer to lead with that, and it also helps that visually I try to present in a pleasant way, not overtly vulgar or offensive, whatever that might be to different people. I try to present in a way that's pleasant and comfortable for me as well. So that's another key pointer to now. When it comes to dating, whether you're attracted to men or you're attracted to women, trans men, trans women, whatever the case may be, I personally don't take it as a rejection, because let me tell you something. For every man that rejects me, I can tell you there's 3 more that are interested. 3 or 4 that are interested. So therefore, if someone is rejecting me because I'm trans, I just see it like, oh, okay, whatever. Next. It is what it is. There will always be another person. I don't care how old you are, or what you look like, or how you may, or your level of attractiveness. I feel like there will always be the next person. In some cases, it might be more than one person waiting in the wings. You may not see it at first, but there's always going to be somebody that comes through that's going to be more tolerant or accepting of your trans identity. So I try not to take men too seriously until I do. So therefore, if a man is rejecting me because I'm trans, it is what it is. I'm better off not being with someone like that anyway, because you don't want to be with somebody who then turns around and tries to change you and puts you into a box or a category that you're comfortable with that may not have anything to do with your actual personality, character, presentation. So you want to be with somebody who sees you for you as well. So therefore, when someone rejects you, whether it's a man or a woman, it's also a universal protection or God's protection from something that could be potentially detrimental to you. Because more than anything, always try to protect your mental health, try to protect your energy, because that's the way that you're able to function in the world and go through the world as a human. Because before anything else, you're human, and your mental health is of paramount. Health is paramount. So therefore, I feel very strongly about being very selective about who you allow to enter your space, mentally or emotionally. So when it comes to dating, and yes, I know dating as a trans individual is a whole different animal, it's a whole other conversation, but do try to look at it as, okay, I'm dating, this is why I want to date. It could be You could be dating for something serious, or you could be dating just as a fling. It depends on where you are in life. Me personally, I don't necessarily engage in casual dating because I don't really have the energy to juggle multiple people. I've tried it, and it does take a lot of thought and effort, and I would much rather meet somebody that aligns with me in terms of our energies align, and then we can go from there if we get along to see if there could be potentially something there. So having said that, when you feel rejected by a potential romantic partner, there will always be somebody else. And never ever give up on yourself, and never ever give up on love, and never ever give up on life. Always try to stay positive. Always try to remember that the universe is aware of your existence, and put out good energy into the world, and it always comes back. Justice delayed is not justice denied. So when it comes to career and everything, just do the best that you can. And if you feel like you're being unfulfilled, if you feel unfulfilled at where you are, you can always look around for the next thing that could come along that could be more fulfilling in terms of your career. Trust me, I have been through the ringer in several workplace environments, and I'm still trying to navigate through the world myself. So I still deal with that fear of rejection, but at the same time I know that I'm an adult now, and I have to be responsible for my mental health and for my positive energy and protect my aura. So therefore, I'm always on the lookout for something that could be potentially more fulfilling than my current state in terms of work. Now, I'm single, I'm not in a relationship. However, if someone came along that treated me good and was good to me and had good energy and stimulated me mentally and physically, then yes, I would open up my heart to the potential of where this could lead. But at the moment, I'm just seeing what's out there, and it is what it is. And I don't give up on the fact that I could potentially meet someone amazing, and it could lead to something wonderful. So I don't give up on, I refuse to give up on myself. I refuse to give up on love, and I refuse to give up on life. And I think that's the message that I'm trying to send across. Rejection could be God's protection. So always keep that in mind, and do not let it bring you down. And it's okay to focus your attention on something more positive. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Protect your energy and stay good and keep the peace. Bye.